Hello there. What a travesty. We're now learning that the infamous Labour councillor, Ricky Jones, who we all have known and seen, has been cleared of encouraging violent behaviour. I must say I've had it with our justice system. And this is from the BBC. A Labour councillor who called for far-right protesters' throats to be cut at an anti-racism rally has been found not guilty of encouraging violent disorder. Ricky Jones, 58, has been on trial at Snaresbrook Crown Court after he called demonstrators disgusting Nazi fascists and said, "We need to get rid of them all," while addressing a crowd in Walthamstow on the 7th of August last year. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Cleared. What do you reckon, Richard?
Yes, I'm probably thinking the same as everybody else watching this. He was also cleared by a jury, incidentally, but we'll get back onto that in a minute. So this isn't a direct decision for sentencing like the other people we saw, like the people we saw following the Southport riots. No, here's the sort of basic facts. We had a Labour councillor, Ricky Jones, filmed making violent gesture in a rally in Walthamstow in August 2024. Now, I think what we're talking about here is that it was a metaphor, was it, Jeff? Now, apparently, that was being called for, was it not? Is that what was said? That his call for people to have their next, was actually a metaphor. All right, okay. Well, we can't argue that because the court has made its decision, hasn't it? So we have to just live with that decision. The speech was aimed at political opponents, branding them as Nazi and fascist. We're used to that kind of rubbish now. We are told to get rid of them or, whatever. It means nothing to us. And the court says it was a metaphor, not a crime, I believe. Acquitted of encouraging violent disorder. Verdict handed down. Look, people are too angry right now. I'm sorry. So what about what Lucy Connolly said? Okay. Now, we all know that Lucy Connolly and others pleaded guilty out of fear, from what I can gather. I might be wrong. Allegedly out of fear. You've got to use allegedly in front of every effing thing in this paranoid society that we live in. We have to be paranoid, but there we go. And So what about what Lucy Connolly said? What about all the things? Look, Peter Lynch is no longer with us for his part in doing what normal people are now doing on a daily basis outside migrant hotels, just protesting effectively. You know, this is going beyond a joke. They need to do something bloody quick because the optics on this are so bad for the government. They are so bad. If something isn't done very soon, they need to release our political prisoners effectively, Jeff. We have political prisoners. I'm sorry, I'm a bit rambling and all over the place, but these people need to be released now because people will be seeing this and all they will be thinking is, that's it. That's it. I don't trust anyone. I mean, we, of course, acquitted by a jury. Who were the jury? Was there any pressure put on by the judges? I'm not saying there was, blah, 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 but we don't know anything on this other than somebody who stood in front of a large crowd, calls for people to be slit and all that, and I think that's fine, okay, according to the, and yet you've got 30 people a day being arrested or contacted and being felt by the collar, right, by the police for social media posts.
Yeah, but it's going to be worse than that now, of course, because all those pro-Palestine action people who've been arrested, what do you think is going to happen to them now? If they can just sit there quietly with a sign breaking the law, then, is that just a metaphor? Is that where we're going now? The left is a big metaphor.
Yes.
But I must say, as we pointed out right from the start, a jury found this guy innocent. A jury of 12, I think it must have been a jury of 12 standard, found him innocent. But there are always things like judges' directions. And I don't know what the judge's directions were. I don't think anybody will find out for a while what they exactly were and if there were any judge's directions. And the makeup of the jury will probably garner some interest. Are we? It's horrible to think it, but is our legal system now going to be overtaken by demographics and stuff like this? This is just if that had been someone in a Tommy Robinson march doing that, stopping in front of the cameras and doing just that, I guarantee you that would have been a different result. Almost guaranteed.
Oh yes,
in fact,
absolutely.
They would have been told to plead guilty, and they might get a reduced sentence or something. I'm just angry at this. I looked at that guy, and when he did it, I thought, well, personally, I looked at that and thought it was a slam dunk. I mean, he's done it in front of a camera, but now suddenly, of course, if Lucy Connolly had pleaded innocent and had time, that's the other thing. Would they have been given the time to put together a defence, or would they have been racked straight in front of the court the next day? And the sentencing was done pretty quickly. And just look at the vilification they got from the judges. You must go down for this hard. Doesn't this case prove that the whole of their the system that put them down is totally legally unsafe? Unsafe sentences, as far as I'm concerned. They should be released immediately. Immediately. Yes. I'm talking about today. Home Office, come on, get your arse in gear.
Yes. I'm just going to look over here what Lucy Connolly actually said here. I think I've got the correct wording. This is what got Lucy Connolly sent down. Let's take a look. Mass deportation now. Set fire to the effing hotels full of the bar. For all I care. For all I care. Yeah. In other words, she's not saying do it. She's saying, for all I care, you could do that. Why you had to take the treacherous government and politicians with them. I feel physically sick knowing that these families will now have to endure. This is in relation to what happened after Southport. If that makes me a racist, so be it. Jeff, I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. Go on.
I would play the video. I've got the video of what Ricky Jones said, but I'm not going to play it because I'd probably be done by YouTube for putting violent stuff up on the screen. You see where I'm coming from?
Yes.
So we can't. I don't feel comfortable showing that video because I don't think it will get through the algorithm. Makes you think, doesn't it? Where are we going?
But I honestly, I listened to. I just read that again. What Lucy Connolly said, and I think, look, I've heard worse spoken in the pub on a regular basis. Yeah. I've had worse. I've heard the left wing at some of these protests say far worse to my face about me and or things that should happen to. I've heard this. This is.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this anymore, Jeff. I'm sorry. This has just gone too far. They have to release our political prisoners. I know they were on about releasing Lucy Connolly early. She should be out today in that case. Release her today and all the other political prisoners. And at the same time, I need Starmer to come out in front of the podium, right? In front of on the podium in front of 10 Downing Street and apologise for what happened to Peter Lynch. That man, I'm sorry, I know we talk about Lucy Connolly all the time because what's happening there is dreadful. A grieving mother, for sake. Do you know what I mean? There she was, a grieving mother, read that, saw what she saw that happened at Southport, and then she says some hesitant, and she retracted it soon after. And yet she's still in effing prison.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is beyond a bloody joke now. Absolutely disgraceful. But we shouldn't forget, though, about Peter Lynch. That man lost his life.
Yep.